Hello everyone! Ever seen a lake breathing from under a crust of ice? Or how people ski in summer? Or how vinyl records are made from frozen water? No, this is not clickbait. These things are all real, and we will show them to you now. Let's get it on. Do you also find it uncomfortable to watch videos showing so many people? Believe us, as the camera moves away, everything becomes even more impressive than it seemed at first glance. Guys, what about the masks and social distancing? God, how did he do it? Is this some kind of special solution? Or a mug that cools itself in a couple of seconds? What do you think? No high technology is involved. They just reversed the video, that's all. Of course, now you'll say that you knew it from the start. Well, this seems to be another strange animal. It squirms on the silver platter and it looks disgusting. Wait a second. Yeah, these are ordinary metal balls. Gotcha. What you see here is an interesting experiment, which requires a petri dish, ball bearings, castor oil, and 2 electrodes under enormous voltage. Just don't try to recreate this one at home. The power of an ordinary outlet won't be enough for this anyway. Ponyo, is that you? Just look how tiny it is. This isn't a fish though. What you see is a salamander's egg. Listening to music on Spotify is for weaklings. Buying a vinyl record player and making the record of your favorite artist yourself is a whole different story. By the way, this doesn't require any rare or expensive materials either. You just need ordinary water. Here's an idea one Swedish band came up with to celebrate the release of a new song. The guys sent their most loyal fans a special mold to make an ice record. You may not believe it, but it sounds quite good, though you will probably have to say goodbye to the needle after that. If you're claustrophobic, you'd better stay away from this ship. Not because of the cramped cabins either, just look at the width of this channel. It connects the Ionian and Aegean Sea and is considered the narrowest channel in the world. Just think about it, it's only 69 feet wide. For large ships, this is nothing. Nevertheless, tourists are not frightened. On the contrary, they even like it. So this channel is crossed by about 15,000 ships per year. We have only one question. How is it possible? Okay, we can assume that these two are crazy enough to agree to play tennis on the wings of an airplane. But what about the gusts of wind that'll clearly interfere with the trajectory of the ball? Well, we don't know the answer to this question, but judging by the fact that we never saw a single successful return in the video, there is some kind of trick here. Nothing special, just shrimps cleaning a diver's teeth. Let's move on. Seems like a kraken will emerge from there any second now. Admit it, did you feel uncomfortable? No worries. We'll reassure, or maybe disappoint you now. The video shows a completely normal, albeit rare, natural process. The frozen lake you see is Baikal, and it really can breathe. Even in those months when a crust of ice separates it from the Earth's atmosphere. This is what our subscribers look like when they see the Mind Warehouse has uploaded a new video. By the way, if you also want to be the first to comment, subscribe and click on the bell. Well, the girls in the video are actually participating in a competition in the ancient Chinese sport. It's like cross-country skiing, only in the summer, and it takes 3 athletes. Looks like a good wedding game, but you'd better not try it. What you see is a very dangerous sport. It requires you to work in perfect sync. The slightest mistake of one of the team members can end painfully for everyone. After all, a few centuries ago, this sport was invented to train the soldiers to work in a team. Does it remind you of anyone? This is literally any of us before starting to watch a movie in the cinema. We say before because you eat the whole bucket during the advertising, don't you? Or are you one of those normal people? What kind of monster is this? Looks like some kind of robot from the Star Wars universe. Maybe a new friend of R2-D2? Seriously though, this is an innovation in the world of agriculture, which in a few years might as well appear on all large farms in the world. The suspension of this vehicle has special sensors that identify the location of all weeds in real time. A powerful laser weapon is then activated to eliminate all of the weeds. We're telling you, George Lucas had to have something to do with this. We've all been there. You buy a bottle of milk, open it, put it somewhere on the back shelf of the refrigerator, and after a couple of weeks you smell something bad. Nasty. Not only for your nose, but also for the environment. According to official figures, every 6th pint of milk in the world is thrown away. Just imagine how much resources are wasted. But this Italian designer has a solution. No, she won't teach you how to make delicious pancakes from spoiled milk. She knows how to turn it into fabric. Here's how it works. She heats the expired milk, squeezes out the contents of a pan, and gets special fibers. They become the basis for future t-shirts. This material feels very similar to cotton, and most importantly, it takes very little water to produce it, about 15 times less than cotton. We don't know about you, but we already dream that this cool innovation will soon appear in all mass markets of the world. How does the saying go? Dance like no one's watching? This guy seems to be doing great. Be a bit more like him. Oh, we would definitely be champions in this kind of sport. Isn't it cool to compete in sleeping? Oh, wait a minute. Seems like you do need to move here, just as much as a soccer match. Here, look, the blanket serves as a shield for the goalkeeper to protect their team. Well, there are also a lot of pillows. Players try to knock out opponents with them. Why did Noah show us this game when we were kids? Seems like we already know what to do this evening. Admit it, that's a rather strange bridge. How are we supposed to cross it? It could be possible in theory, but this is actually not a bridge. The video shows a unique arched gateway located in Osaka, Japan. Such gateways protect the city from the effects of typhoons and storms, although skeptics on the internet doubt whether this design can withstand a really powerful blow. What do you think? Hey buddy, what are you so worked up about? What you see is a bubble eye, a species of goldfish with huge eyes. Apparently, some audacious person simply went too far with one of his wishes, and the fish must be shocked. Do you remember how the employees of the Ministry of Magic flushed themselves down the chute to get to work? This slide works roughly the same, but even if you have been on a crazy slide like this, you probably didn't have time to remember how the trip looks from the inside. Any idea why anyone would want to put a piece of bicycle tire on this animal's horns? Well, we can't know for sure. But most likely, the owner of this bull simply didn't want him to fight with other bulls. We wonder if this genius is going to register a patent for his invention. We bet that you can't guess what this colourful mass is. No, this isn't a mine with some rare minerals. We'll give you a couple of seconds to think. Okay, we'll tell you. This is a real bicycle graveyard located in China. And most of them are in good working condition too. Yeah, the citizens of Amsterdam would clearly not approve of this. Well, this is really the next level of building sandcastles. Some young architectural geniuses must have created this one. Although, where did we get the idea that only children can build sandcastles? Meet Marcio from Brazilian Rio de Janeiro. The guy's already over 40 years old, and he spent more than 20 years of his life in a sandcastle, which he built by himself. Locals call him simply King. Well, because who else can afford to live so luxuriously? Not only does Marcio enjoy a gorgeous view each day, he also doesn't pay any rent. And if you think that living in such an unusual house is unbearable, you are wrong. He has everything he needs here, even a library. By the way, the facade of the castle was inspired by the Spanish architect Antoni Gaudi. Really reminds of his style, doesn't it? Though Marcio's castle was completed after all. Something tells us Meryl Streep would not appreciate such a, well, an unusual portrait made of duct tape. But don't jump to conclusions. There is a reason for that. When you look at the painting against the light, the real magic happens. It looks awesome. Pity you can't hang this on a wall. What's that? The jaw of some prehistoric dinosaur? Not quite. This is what the teeth of a crab-eater seal looks like. Their unusual shape helps these animals filter out the small Antarctic krill, which makes up a large part of their diet. Honestly, rappers with their grills look weak in comparison. Noisy colleagues are bothering you, but they keep ignoring your complaints? Maybe people who like talking loudly would listen to this device. This is a special noise sensor for offices. Yes, if the decibel count begins to approach an undesirable level, this device will gently alert the people who are generating too much noise. Well, that's effective and clever. After all, you can't get offended by a machine. At least we think so. Hey friend, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That'd make us happy and help you learn new stuff.